Thank you, Madam Acting Deputy President. I rise today in further acknowledgement of the people of Israel and what is occurring in the Middle East. And we've seen today absolute destruction of a hospital in Gaza, with evidence now emerging that this was actually a misfired missile from Islamic Jihad. This is the worst kind of own goal anyone can ever imagine. But we do know that there is only one group responsible for this conflict, and that is Hamas. But we've seen today the Greens in their true to form, and of course over in the other place the behaviour of the Teals, Sophie Scomps, the member for Mackellar, and Kylie Tink, the member for North Sydney, their support for a motion that would have removed Israel's right to defend itself. Absolutely appalling behaviour on all accounts. And one of the things that we hear, and we hear from the Greens and others that have come out with regards to Palestine, and we hear that it is all about peace. They are a peace-loving people and they would love a peaceful solution. And having spent some time over in the Middle East, including in the office of the Prime Minister of Palestine in Ramallah, and speaking to him about their pay for slay policy, it is outside of the realm of comprehension that this is a group of people truly committed to a peace process. And I made some mention of it last night in my contribution to the motion debate, but I did want to just go further today to just ensure that people understand that there is no commitment to peace. There is a blatant anti-Semitism that runs through Palestinian communities, and that is endorsed and in fact encouraged and taught to the next generation of Palestinian children through the UNRWA schools. So I've just picked some examples that I'd like to share. These are teachers in the West Bank employed by the UN, and these are just a sample of some of their social media posts. The first one is from Arwa Al-Najir, and she lists herself as a teacher at UNRWA. And on June the 12th, 2022, this teacher posted support for Palestinian teen terrorist Ahmad Mansara, calling for his release. Now, this is a terrorist at the age of 13, with his teenage cousin, went on a stabbing rampage in the Jerusalem neighbourhood of Pisgat Ziv, seriously wounding a 12-year-old Israeli boy. And the translation of part of her post included, his left hand presses down on his wounds and his right hand cures the wounds of the homeland. So this is a teacher in the West Bank endorsing a terrorist. And then we have, also in the West Bank, a teacher, Nizar Khalil Abu Shaheen. And he is a teacher in the West Bank who has been recorded as posting anti-Semitic material. In June 2021, this teacher shared and endorsed as words that should be read an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory about wealthy Jews controlling the UAE, and in particular forcing it to make peace with Israel for their own financial gain. The anti-Semitic post also quotes The International Jew by notorious anti-Semite Henry Ford, which claimed the Jews prefer to lead the world from behind, suggesting that the Jewish capitalists prefer to control the UAE indirectly. Furthermore, the post conflates the Jews with the state of Israel, which is in itself anti-Semitic. These are the people who are teaching the next generation of Palestinian children. This same teacher went further. In September of 21, when 6 convicted terrorists escaped from an Israeli prison, he posted praise and encouragement for their leader, Zacharie Zubabi, describing him as an honest and humble person who stole our heart. Zubabi, considered a symbol of the Intifada, is the former Gen-in-Chief of the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade. So the translation of his post, honest and humble person, you stole our heart in 2 days. This is extraordinary. This is the kind of anti-Semitic hatred that's being taught. There is another example of Ayman Glash, again a West Bank teacher, with posts supporting Hamas. Hamas, who have just conducted the most vile attack on Israel, killing over 1,400 Israelis in their home at a music festival, beheading and burning babies. Yet teachers in UN-endorsed Palestinian schools are teaching this sort of hate.